Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another one. And so I had two different subscribers want two different styles of video, and I'm just going to kind of loop them all into one. First, I had someone wanting to know Facebook Marketplace stories, like the craziest ones I've dealt with. Um, and I have people wanting to know why I'm so bullish on Twilight Masquerade. So I'm going to break down both of those. We're going to start with why I'm bullish on Twilight Masquerade first. First off, it's $220 a box. People love Paldea. Paldea is $250 a box. Twilight is still cheaper than Paldea at $220. It's still cheaper than Surging Sparks. And the main thing is Greninja. That chase card Greninja is beautiful. It literally is on par to be the Scarlet and Violet Fusion Strike. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, I would probably say Twilight is the best set out of Scarlet and Violet. Like, you can argue with me in the comments and maybe say Paldea. But if you think about it, the Greninja is worth more than the Magikarp. And the Greninja reminds me of, Gengar, you know? And also, Twilight has the Eevee. Everybody loves the Eevee, including, chicks and shit love the Eevee. So that helps fuel it a little bit. When I actually sold... So this will go into a marketplace story. This will help me branch into it. I actually sold my Eevee SIR that I bought off someone to some chick that drove it was 6 or 7 hours to buy an Eevee. I kid you not. But I had it priced $30 on the market, so that's probably why she bought it. But either way, she loved the card. You know, people love that Eevee. It's a unique card, but the Greninja is really what carries it. It's the strongest chase card in Scarlet and Violet era, besides the, Sunbreon. So, I mean, you could say Prismatic's probably going to be the best, just like Evolving. I think Scarlet and Violet, here's how it works out. It's Prismatic's the best, obviously, by a long shot. But then I would say Twilight is the second best. And that set is built a lot like Fusion Strike and Chilling Reign, to where I think Twilight could easily hit $300 to $400 a box and not really be that crazy. So that's why I think Twilight is an extremely safe bet. It's still really cheap. I mean, yeah, you're not getting it for $100 a booster box anymore, but I mean, you're not getting anything for $100 a booster box. So I mean, for that 220-ish range, it's a strong set. I mean, but then you get in the argument of well, maybe you should just buy Battle Styles. To be real, because I mean, the Tyranitar is I think right around the same price. I haven't checked Greninja price in a minute. I know it went down some, but it was at 400 raw, so it's probably 300 raw, somewhere in there. So that's why I think Twilight is a strong set. And it's just still really cheap, and I could see it running to at least 300. So I mean, bare minimum, I don't think you're gonna lose money on Twilight. If they reprint it, the chances of the reprint dropping it below 200 is slim to fucking none. And it has a strong chase card, and that's really what carries half these sets. Terrible pull rates, strong chase cards. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on Twilight. I currently don't own any Twilight, but I definitely plan on owning some Twilight very soon. Like I said, I want to try to pick up at least a case or a couple cases. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on Twilight. I think it's a good pickup. I personally think it's better than Paldea. The Greninja fucking slaughters the Magikarp. Over time, who knows, but I think the Greninja will slaughter the Magikarp. But Paldea is good too. I mean, Paldea is not a bad set either. A lot of people think it's a sleeper set. But, I mean, it is $250 now. So, I mean, yeah, you can still get Twilight cheaper. It's a cooler looking box, in my opinion. The box looks fucking sick. That helps drive things. I mean, look at Fusion Strike. The box looking sick kind of drives the price of that a good bit. So, anyway, now we're going to branch off into Facebook Marketplace stories, because I know a lot of you want to hear Facebook Marketplace stories. The wild, the crazy. And, I'm really not here to say that a bunch of wild shit has happened in my time on Marketplace. I've had to drive hours for boxes before. I've had people ghost me a couple times. But I will say, probably the most annoying part on Marketplace is dealing with everybody wanting something for nothing. Like, or people literally wanting like your Fusion Strike case, but they want to trade you like computer parts and shit, and like fucking, like, I had one guy try to trade me guns for a fucking Camaro. I'm like, no. So I mean, yeah, that's one of my wild stories. I actually had someone try to trade me like $10,000 in guns for a fucking Camaro, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. I think I'll keep the car. So I mean, that's not really a Pokemon story, but it's still a crazy marketplace story of like, what the fuck. Some other marketplace stories. I've sold a house on Marketplace, which was pretty cool. So that's neat. I've also, but I've heard some really horrible stories on Marketplace. But so people will literally get mad at you on Marketplace for fucking anything, dude. Like, and it sucks because you get these bad ratings, and it's literally just because people are fucking douchebags. You know what I mean? Like, so I've had things where like someone's like, hey man, will you take 200 for your 151 UPCs? It happens all the fucking time. Like, I don't know what the hell people is up with people when there's $200 for a 151 UPC when they're like 350, you know? But it's fucking annoying as shit. And I have like a million people message me all the time. They're like, hey, will you sell 151 for 200? I'm like, no. Like, meanwhile, like 1,000 people have offered me 300, and they like live too far away, or I just didn't, like feel like selling that day, So you get that a lot. Like, you get low balls a lot. But then you get people that send you like pictures of like their dirt bike and their fucking, their fucking old computer they want to trade for a booster box, or their fucking stereo, or like, I've had people like offer me like their fucking stereo for a booster box. I've had people offer me, what else? Shit, I should have came better prepared with some of these wrote down. But like, yeah, I've had people offer me like stereos, fucking TVs, and you're like, dude, I don't want that shit. Like, I just want cash, or like other sealed. And then, well, like, another thing that gets annoying is people will like send you pictures of all of their cards and be like, hey man, like, I have a PSA 9 Vaporeon from base set, and you're from Jungle, and you're like, okay, like, I don't want that. So you'll get people that'll send like shit tons of like they'll want something like really big. And this is why I tell you guys, like, don't buy a bunch of little shit, because when you go to trade it with like more successful people that already know better, they're going to be like, hell no. Like, I have people that hit me up and they're like, they'll have like 10 PSA 9 cards that don't fucking sell, and they'll be like, like 80 for this one, 120 for this one, and like they'll add it up to like, I don't know, like, let's say you have an Evolving Skies booster box, and they'll be like, hey, I have fucking $1,800 in cards for your $1,500 booster box, and you're like, yeah, but none of them fucking sell. And like, they're a pain in the ass, and I quite frankly don't want any of them, so you get that a lot on Marketplace. So I mean, like, anymore, like, I've gotten so frustrated with Marketplace. Hold on, guys. It's like, honestly, like, because people like lowball you so bad that is how I literally kept most of my products and didn't sell them, because like, literally, I gave people like completely fair shots at buying like Fusion Strike cases for like $2,000, like back when they were cheaper, and like people still were like, no, I'll give you 1,500, bro. No, I can't do no $2,000. I can do like $1,200. You're just like, fuck no, like. So that's honestly how I've had most of my collection for so long. Like, that's the funniest part about my story, I guess you should say, that like everything I own, I literally put up for sale at one point, just because, like, I mean, Pokemon wise, and I gave like everyone a fair chance at buying it, and they all lowball you so hard on everything because everyone wants to make a buck, and which is understandable, like, I do get it that everyone wants to make a little bit of money off stuff, like, and I do adjust to that, like, if someone wants a 151 UPC and they're like 350, and they come to me with like 300, 310 in cash, like, I'm probably gonna let it go. But like, we always get fucking people like that that are like, oh, no, I'll pay 250. So I literally, like even my Gengar, I like my Gengar VMAX Alt Art, my PSA 10, I left it on Marketplace for like 550 for the longest time. And I would have people like hit me up from like, like far states away and be like, man, I'll buy that. And then like I had someone wanting to drive, like halfway across the country before for a fucking Gengar VMAX. like, and that was like back when Gengar VMAX at PSA 10 was like 550. So like, but like at the same time I paid 550, so I wasn't making any money, So basically you get that a lot. Most of the time people live too fucking far away, and they like, you'll talk to them for like an hour, and then you're finally like, because like I had to start doing this to people. I'm like, dude, like where are you even located? Like they want to work out all these trades and deals, and you're just like, first of all, where are you even located? And they're like, oh, I'm located in fucking, like Denmark. And you're like, yeah, bro, I can't meet you in fucking Denmark, bro. Like, you're too far away. And they'll be like, oh man, well, what if you ship it? Like I have a lot of people want me to ship stuff, and I'm always like, no, I'm not fucking shipping stuff. So you get that a lot. Like, you get a lot of your time wasted, man, on Marketplace. Like, so that's kind of why I've hit the point of where I really don't give a fuck about selling. And my, like, new strategy I've adopted is just, like, fucking sit on stuff and just wait until it goes completely ridiculously high. So, like, when I get lowballed on Marketplace, like, right now, my Fusion case, like, no one bought it for $2,000 when they were offered it, or even $1,500. So, I basically just kept it and said, fuck it. And now it's like $6,000, and everyone wants to buy it for like $5,500 now. Like, so it's like the new low ball. Like since it's $6,000 now, everyone's offering $500 under. So it's like, that's why I tell you guys to like not be fucking cheap when you're buying stuff like this. Like, that sometimes you just kind of gotta like pay the piper and get it if you believe in it. You know what I mean? And like not try to just Jew the fuck out of people, because you have to think of your future gains. And a lot of people just don't do that. Like, they just want, shit at 70% market or 60% market. And it's just like, yeah, that's not happening. Now, I do have a story about how I could have bought an Umbreon VMAX Alt Art, a Gengar VMAX Alt Art, a Lugia Alt Art, and what was the other one? Machamp Alt Art, I think it was. Like, all four of those cards for $1,000. It was such a good deal. And the guy fucked around and like, he was like, oh, I lost them, bro. I can't find them. And I'm like, how the fuck do you lose 4 like major chase cards? And he fucked up that deal. So yeah, I missed out on like really good cards for cheap. But you get that a lot where you just miss out on stuff. I missed out on a shiny Charizard that was in perfect condition. That was probably going to grade a PSA 10 because someone lived like 6 or 7 hours away. So I mean, you get that a lot. Everyone lives too far away. But like, honestly though, we get lowballed like crazy, like every fucking day. That's why I honestly like took like most of my shit off of Marketplace, and I don't really like post anymore as much. But yeah, people literally try to trade you everything from like cars to guns to like beat up shitty cars and stuff like that, and like it's a fucking circus, bro. But the thing that sucks is like, if you turn enough of these assholes down, they can come back to bite you in the ass, where like they leave bad reviews and they're like, oh man, this guy quit replying. And it's like, yeah, bro, I quit replying because your offers are fucking cringe. Like, you're trying to trade me like a fucking half-eaten sandwich for an Evolving Skies booster box, man. Like, of course I'm not going to reply anymore. Or like a fucking stereo system. Like, so that's why like I really don't post stuff as much anymore and like give a fuck if it sells. You'll start off in the beginning like really wanting to do business on Marketplace, and you'll find out really fast that like everybody just fucking Jews you. And it's pretty fucking annoying. So you do get that a lot, but you really got to be careful though. So I had a friend that I met, and I'm not saying this is like a story that like I've had happen to me or anything, but this guy apparently, like, he was selling Pokemon, and like all these people like reported him, and like someone like reported him to like the police or something, and it like got him arrested somehow. And like, he was a pretty legit guy, and he was just like, man, yeah, really be careful on Marketplace. Like, some people on here are fucking nuts. Which, like, I don't doubt one bit, because some people like take it super personally, like they take it real personally if you turn down their offers, and they're like, what the fuck, man? I'm offering you this for this. It's like, yeah, I know what you're offering me, bro. I don't want to do it. I'd rather have Pokemon than, computer parts. Like, because computer parts don't sell, or like used shitty cars don't sell, like, and so like, yeah, people try to offer you all kinds of shit. They try to offer you like fucking guns and shit. So, I mean, like, yeah, like I always turn that shit down because, yeah, I'm not fucking going to sell anything illegal, or like do anything stupid. Like I'm just trying to run a damn Pokemon card business here, buddy, and so that's why, like, I really don't care that much about selling as much anymore, that I would rather just like wait like 5 years, and then whenever I do go to sell, like, people can just fucking lowball me, and then, but like for the same Fusion case they could have bought like 6 years ago for like $2,000, now they'll pay like fucking $10,000 when it's like $13,000, so like that's my strategy of just like, fuck it, I'll just continue to hold. I don't really care about selling anything, and just see where things go, but yeah, so you get low balls a lot, man, like a lot. But yeah, I've seen people genuinely like get fucking their lives ruined from Marketplace, and they get bad reviews, and like they're just like trying to like be legit, and people are like, oh, they're terrible, they don't reply back, and it's like, yeah, bro, because I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you for like 2 hours about why I don't want computer parts, you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, as much as you guys like really hate people that sell Pokemon like on like Marketplace and stuff, and you hate them as scalpers, they honestly go through a lot of bullshit just to get you Pokemon cards. Like, so I mean, that's why I say to have some respect for the sellers on Marketplace, even though you may not feel you're getting a good deal, because they're generally dealing with a lot of bullshit from the community, and a lot of the Pokemon community is super fucking cheap and stingy. So, I mean, yeah, there's always that to watch out for. That's why I say, like, if you buy, booster bundles, and you get them for like even 30 and they're like 70, you might sell them, but you're gonna have to deal with like fucking 20 stupid ass annoying people, and then you might get one person and you'll get like 5 bad reviews, and you just didn't even sell anything yet. Like, you're just like, you have like 5 bad reviews on Marketplace for people, and like you're not even trying to scam anybody. Like, you're just trying to like literally sell your Pokemon product for cash, so you make like a small margin. So that's why like really flipping stuff's a pain in the ass. I mean, you can make a lot of money off of it, don't get me wrong, but like, it's seriously a pain in the dick. I mean, it is it's so agonizingly fucking annoying. And I mean, like I said, like, yeah, you get like 2 or 3 people that'll report you, and they'll like band together, and they'll like basically try to like ruin your life and like have you thrown in jail and like all kinds of crazy shit. Like, yeah, that's I don't know, that's what one of the guys I dealt with said, and they were like, yeah, man, like, people out here are fucking nuts, like, just be careful. So I mean, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Like, people are fucking crazy. Dealing with the general public is genuinely not fun at all. You'll deal with like old people that like don't even understand it. They're like, I'm buying something for my grandson, and you're like, okay. And like, I had someone that wanted my whole entire collection, and like I had it listed for like 25K or 30K, and I'm like, yeah, man. And they're like, well, what kind of deal can you do? And I'm like, well, like, I want 30. I'm like, I do like 27. And they're like, oh, no, why would I do that? And I'm like, because literally booster boxes and stuff sell at full price. Like, it isn't like you're finding booster boxes for like 70%. They're like, nah, I want to at least get it for 45 or 50%. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to fucking happen, bud. And it's like, now, this same collection this old man turned down is now worth way more than that. Like, I try to tell him, like, yeah, you got to pay up in the beginning, but like years later, it pays off if you hold it, and he wanted to like start a card shop for his son, and I'm just like idiot. So yeah, I mean, you get a lot of fucking like kooky people, dude. You get like, but like in some cases you do get like some like moms that are like just wanting Pokemon for their kids, and and they're willing to buy, and they don't really care, So I mean, like there are some like good situations, but like they're literally surrounded by like 90% fucking annoying people, and then there's like 10% people that like are actually cool and pretty chill. But yeah, it usually like, or like, and then if you make friends on there, like most of them will like eventually try to be like, hey man, you should sell me your Evolving Skies box for like 7, and you'll be like, no, it's worth like 1,500, and they're like, oh, well, but I'm your friend, man. You're like, come on, bro. Like, I just met you on Marketplace, man. You're like, come on. So like, just everyone's like out for themselves. And I mean, like, I know how it is, but like, it's like, it just gets fucking ridiculous, guys. Like, so that's why I'm saying, like, if you go to sell on Marketplace, it's a pain in the ass, but like, people do buy, and it's probably like the best place to sell anything, because if you sell stuff on eBay, you do get taxed, like, like you avoid the bullshit, but you do get taxed, like if you're selling a $600 box, you lose like about $200 or $150. So yeah, it's just not even worth selling on eBay, really, because like, who wants to get marked that bad on a box that's just going to continue to rise anyway? Like, I learned that the hard way. I sold 2 of my Evolving Skies booster boxes for $625 back when they were $625, and by the time it was all said and done, I had like $450 from the sale. So I mean, like, and then I literally just bought them back for more money. So like, I bought them back for the $625 I sold them at. So like, I lost $300. I would have been better off just keeping my boxes. So that's why I'm more patient now than I've ever been on just fucking keeping them and saying fuck it, because I know eventually FOMO will kick my ass and I'll just want to buy them again, for more money. So that's a lesson that, like, whenever you're ready to sell your Pokemon stuff, like, you better be seriously ready to never buy it again, because it will just continue to rise without you. So that's something else you deal with. But yeah, you deal with people trying to treat you fucking like guns, cars, fucking like I had someone try to show me a rocket launcher before. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like there is all kinds of goofy shit. It's like pure shenanigans. Like, yeah, like, I'm trying to think of a couple other ones. Like, people try to trade like motorcycles and shit. Like, that shit's annoying. Like, hey man, you want my motorcycle? And it's like, no, I don't want your motorcycle. Oh man, what's wrong with you? Like, and then you'll get like bad reviews. Guy didn't want my motorcycle. You're like, yeah, like, no one wants your motorcycle, bud. That's why it's not selling. Like, so, yeah. And like, what also sucks is you'll have, like, if you sell multiple products, like me, like, I had like 50 products listed at once most of the time. And people will literally fucking just, like, you'll get like 50 messages flooding at once, and they're all asking stupid fucking questions, and will you trade for this, will you trade, and like, it's so hard to keep up with them all, and you eventually end up pissing some of them off. And yeah, so I mean, if you list a lot of items, that can be a pain in the ass too. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of to the point where I'm probably going to take down most of my stuff I'm selling, just because I'm just pretty fucking tired of dealing with the Facebook community of, like, it's fucking annoying. But yeah, you'll get people that will, like, say they're going to buy a box and then not reply, or like say they're going to do a trade and then not reply. So I mean, like, I've heard stories of people like driving like an hour to meet someone or 2 hours to meet someone, and then they don't show up, and like, a lot of that goes on. So you really got to make sure the person you're dealing with is like very dedicated in buying it, and like, and like I said, like, it's fucking annoying, and eventually it will drive you insane to where you're just like, I'm taking my fucking store down, bro. Like, because you just get all kinds of fucking lunatics, bro. Like, hey man, will you take meth for Pokemon cards? Like, no, bro. No, I want cash. Cash, my friend. Like, yeah, I've had people offer like weed for Pokemon cards and like all kinds of shit on Marketplace. Like, you never know what the hell you're gonna run into. Like, it really is the wild fucking west on there. But like I said, you'll get like bad reviews, like, simply for just like not entertaining someone's bullshit, And if they don't have anything better to do with their lives, they'll like fucking continue to like press it, And you get the Karens on there that like flip out about the prices. So I mean, yeah, like that's why I was saying you guys don't want to be the people selling $140 fucking booster bundles on Marketplace, because people will grill you alive. Same thing with like selling 151 booster bundles. I don't know what the prices of those are now, but like I see it all the time, like where people are selling like prismatic, and it's like for an ETB, it's like they'll want like 120, and people will be like, oh man, they were 50, fucking never, but they were supposed to be 50, like fucking asshole. You know, so you'll get like fucking Karen saying, you're the reason my kid can't find cards, and like literally like you're selling one prismatic ETB. Like I've seen people like with like one fucking prismatic ETB and they're catching all this shit. You know, so I mean I've heard like tons of stories like that. You know, so you really just never know. But I mean, I will say like you will find good deals to buy. That's why I usually use Marketplace to just buy shit. You know, because usually people are so desperate for cash that I'll just usually just buy shit more than I sell stuff. But if I get to talking to someone, they're cool, and you know, they're like, hey, I got cash, so I really want this, and you know, if it's something I bought fairly reasonable, then you know, I'll hook them up, you know. But other than that, yeah, you can get a real bad name on Marketplace really fast. So, and literally like in the first couple days. I mean, it just depends on what lunatics you come across and which cool people you come across. And it is a mixed bag. Trust me, it is a mixed bag. So that's why I say like these smaller products, you really don't have to sell. That's why like booster boxes, if you're on Marketplace, they tend to sell a lot easier for cash, because people are willing to like, they're still going to lowball you a little bit, you know, like let's say you have Twilight Masquerade for like 220, they're still going to be like, hey, will you do two, you know, so, but at least you're getting cash, like if you do need the cash or want to cash out. So, you know, that's why I say booster boxes are easier to sell. Expensive booster boxes are actually easier to sell. Unlike people saying they're harder to sell when they get more expensive, it actually makes them easier to sell. That's why I think it's a stupid argument, because like things really are easier to sell when they go up, because you know, like Evolving, like if it was not $2,000 right now, I wouldn't be able to sell it real fast for like 1,800. You know, like if Evolving is only like $1,000, it's real hard to sell it for 1,800 to people, because they're like, hell no, I can get it over here for 1,000. You know, so the competition's stiff. You know, pretty steep. I mean, like 151 UPCs. Like I hope to get 350 for them, and there's a lot of people selling them for like 3, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't really even match that. You know, or like I can, but I'm just like, I'd rather just wait till they get more expensive, you know? So, yeah, it's just like, dude, it's a fucking headache. It's literally like a full-time job, really. I mean, it's like having a second job dealing with Marketplace listings. I mean, it's literally that fucking annoying. So, yeah, that's why, like, I always say to buy cases of stuff, because it's just a lot easier to sell a case of something than a bunch of individual products, especially a bunch of fucking stupid singles from like all different eras and stuff. Like, yeah, I just stay away from all that shit. So those are some of my Marketplace stories. Like I know some of them aren't like really wild. Well, I mean, I guess you consider some of them wild, but like, yeah, but they could be worse, I guess I could say. They could be better, you know, but yeah, a lot of slime bags. So I've never had anybody try to really rip me off or anything that bad. Yeah, I never had anybody really try to sell me, like, maybe one time I had someone try to sell a fake box, but yeah, fake boxes don't really happen on Marketplace very often, but still, I mean, definitely watch out for them. But just because I haven't came across them, I'm a little more cautious than people that I try to really stay away from anything that looks sketchy. But you know, yeah. But so that's the story of the Wild West of Marketplace, and how fucking insane it is, and how cringe and annoying dealing with the general public is. So, yeah, that's basically a breakdown of just all the craziness that goes on at Marketplace. Like, it is essentially like the fucking crazy crime world of the Wild West, and Karens. And Kens. So, yeah. That's what you kind of deal with. That's what to expect to deal with. And, yeah, like I said, if you're selling anything besides booster boxes, they are going to probably eat you alive. So, yeah. yeah, have fun with that, guys. Like I said, selling stuff on Marketplace is a pain in the ass. Like, dude, I had a Nintendo Wii on Marketplace one time for like $100. $100. It came with like tons of controllers. It was probably worth like 150, and I just like I got it like for like nothing, and like I still have people that are like, man, will you take 60? And it's like, dude, come on, like it's $100 for a good working game system with like all this extra shit. Like, come on. So you get that a lot, and yeah, I'm telling you, if you try to sell Crown Zenith bundles on there for 70, people are just either not going to hit you up or be like, yeah, how about 50, or how about a half-eaten sandwich, or how about a bazooka? But the bazooka will be like bubblegum though, instead of a real bazooka, because they won't ever give you like a giant overpay for something. Like, that never happens. So, yeah, usually it's just dealing with a bunch of fucking lowball people. Some people that will, like, try to ruin your fucking life, like, if they get pissed enough. And, yeah. So, I mean, but I will say, like, I've never, like, dealt with anybody that has, like, that I would worry would, like, try to, like, murder me or something or rob me, but they're definitely out there. But, yeah, I've done a lot of, like thousands of dollars of deals on Marketplace, so I wouldn't say to like be afraid. Like, I bought an Ancient Origins box for $1,200 on Marketplace, great deal, worked out great, so I mean, to say people don't buy and sell expensive boxes on Marketplace, it definitely happens a lot, but it's just like the cool people dealing with the cool people, and like, and then you run into some assholes. So I mean, you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, I find it a lot easier buying stuff than selling stuff. But I don't know, with the market booming now, I mean, I'm sure it's fairly easier to sell stuff. Like 3 years ago, whenever I had Pokemon stuff, dude, it was literally like no one hit me up on Marketplace, like, ever. So now it's just like, yeah, I do get a shit ton of people that'll hit me up. So, like, now there's a lot more people that hit you up, but like, yeah, like 90% of them are just low balls, someone that lives too far away, or a Karen. So that's basically what you end up dealing with most of the time. Someone either lives too far away, or they're trying to lowball you. Usually when someone's willing to pay what you want, they fucking live too far away and the deal can't work. So that's what I usually run into. It's fucking frustrating, it's annoying, and that's why I really just don't give a fuck about selling. I just am kind of more of a collector at this point, after all the shit I've been through on Marketplace. So, that's my story though. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, if you guys like dealing on Marketplace, if you guys had any crazy experiences, let me know. But those are just some of the ones I've had, and some of the crazy things I've heard that have happened on Marketplace. Like, people have gotten robbed. I've seen people sell stolen Hellcats on Marketplace. Like, just like, dude, it's madness. It's the Wild West. I bought like $10,000 trucks on Marketplace before. Like, went and got them. Went and picked up a Cadillac somewhere that I bought, and like loaded it up on a trailer and like did all this shit. So it's like, like, I've done a lot of like big massive deals on Marketplace a good bit, and I've never had anyone like rob me. I actually, when I bought the Cadillac on Marketplace, I had this like person's family like feed me and shit. Like, they made this like really good chicken and stuff, and so that was a cool experience. But boy, they were like fucking like straight white trash. But either way, it was a pleasant experience. They didn't rob me or anything, or try to rob me, so that's good. But yeah, I've never had anybody like straight up try to just rob you, but it's good to meet in public places. That usually helps. But yeah, so I mean, you're not going to get like robbed for Pokemon, so you don't got to worry about that usually. But I mean, if you're selling like $10,000 and shit, yeah, I'd worry a little bit more. But yeah, usually people are wanting to do business. They're cool people, but you kind of got to feel them out. Like, there's assholes and there's decent people. So yeah, that's how Marketplace, has been for me at least, and I'm pretty much like done with it. That I'm like really close to taking. I actually might do it tonight. Actually, I might take down a shitload of my fucking stuff, because I just don't even want to fucking hear people. And if the price goes up on something, people get all pissed off. Like, if you have like I have my Fusion case up for I had my Fusion Strike case and the Gengar VMAX up for $5,500, and people were still lowballing at that, and that was before prices went up. So now I had people hit me up, oh, I'll buy it now, and of course you'll buy it now because the case is $6,000, and you would get the Gengar for free. So of course people will buy it now when it's too late. So, you know, and then they'll get pissed. They'll be like, well, why won't you honor your price? Oh, dude doesn't honor his prices, you know, and it's like, yeah, I'm not going to give you $1,000 for free, buddy. Like, yeah, the prices went up. You missed out. That's why I say don't get mad at people. Like, if the prices fucking go up, like, you wouldn't sell it either, you know. Like if you had a box and it's now worth $1,000 more than it was last week, you're not going to give it for the same fucking price. It's just how the fuck it is, you know. So that's why I say don't get mad at people on Marketplace that are selling stuff. I know it's fucking annoying, but, you know, yeah, most of the Pokemon vendors go through absolute hell to get Pokemon product in your hand. I promise you. And I think I'm probably one of the luckier few. Other people I know have gotten like arrested and like crazy shit, but like, you know, it just depends like what kind of crazy people you come across, you know. So yeah, but most of the time it works. But like I said, just be careful out there, and don't ship anything to people. I just never ship, you know, to where it's just like people hit me up all the time. Oh, why don't you do shipping? I don't do shipping, bro. I don't risk shit in the mail. So, you know, that's just my advice. You know, a lot of people hit you up wanting you to ship stuff, and, you know, just don't do it. It's a pain in the ass. So, yeah, that's, I've had people want me to ship stuff first. I've had people want me to, you know, it's just, yeah, like you deal with a lot of bullshit, man. A lot of bullshit. And mentally, it's just like really not worth it. You know, that's why I always say if you are selling a collection of a bunch of small stuff, just list it all at once. And let somebody just lowball you a little bit and sell it all at once, you know, instead of trying to like piece out like $80 items or $50 items. Like, just sell it all in one big conglomerate glunk of shit for like $4K or whatever it adds up to, you know. And be understanding that whoever you're selling that conglomerate of shit to, they're probably going to want it for 70-80% market so they can make money dealing with all the fucking psychopaths and shit. So, you know, that's why I'm pretty understanding of both ways of it. You know, like, I understand the struggles that sellers go through. I understand the struggle that buyers go through of, like, the sellers ghosting them and shit like that. So I understand both ways, but yeah, sometimes people are just going to ghost you because they're fucking busy and they have lives besides Marketplace. So, yeah, there's just a lot of chaos that goes on. So that's pretty much everything I have for this one there, guys. Sorry this one went on for like 38 minutes. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's the shit that I've dealt with on Marketplace. Yeah, let me know if you guys have had any crazy experiences or if mine are like take the cake. Anyway, has anyone ever tried to trade you a bazooka for Fusion Strike boxes? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're out.